Have you ever sat down to study, opened your laptop, and somehow ended up watching 3 hours of random videos instead? Most people call that laziness. Psychologists call it a question worth answering. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down what psychology actually is, the 4 things every psychologist looks at, the 5 branches you'll hear about in almost every intro class, and why any of this actually matters for your life. No jargon overload. Just the basics, explained simply. Let's get into it. At its core, psychology is the scientific study of the mind and behavior. That word scientific matters. Psychology isn't just opinions about why people act a certain way. It's a field that uses observation, experiments, and research to actually test ideas, instead of just guessing. In simple terms, psychology helps explain why we make decisions, why we learn and remember things, why we react emotionally, and why we behave differently depending on the situation we're in. Almost everything in psychology connects back to 4 core ideas. Number 1, cognition. This is how we think, processing information, solving problems, using memory. Basically, the mental behind-the-scenes work your brain is doing all day. Number 2, emotion. This is how feelings shape our choices and reactions. Ever made a decision when you were angry and regretted it later? That's emotion influencing behavior in real time. Number 3, behavior. This is simply the actions people take, the stuff psychologists can actually observe and study directly. Number 4, the scientific method. Psychologists don't just assume they're right. They observe, run experiments, and test their ideas with actual research before drawing conclusions. Now, psychology isn't one single subject. It splits into branches, each focused on a different piece of the puzzle. Biological psychology looks at how the brain, nerves, and body affect behavior. Think, how brain chemistry affects mood. Cognitive psychology focuses on memory, learning, attention, and thinking, the mental processes we just talked about. Developmental psychology studies how people change across their entire life, from childhood through the teenage years, into adulthood and old age. Social psychology looks at how groups, relationships, and social pressure affect the way we think and act. Ever done something differently because your friends were watching? That's social psychology. And clinical psychology deals with mental health, diagnosis, and treatment for people who are struggling. Okay, so why should you care about any of this? Because psychology isn't just something you study for an exam. It's directly useful in real life. It helps you understand yourself and other people better, improve how you communicate, and make smarter decisions. It connects to things you deal with every single day: stress, habits, motivation, personality, and how you learn best. So let's go back to that procrastination example from the start. If a student keeps putting off their work, psychology doesn't just say you're lazy. Instead, it asks why. Is it poor time management? Anxiety about the task? A bad habit that's built up over time? A lack of motivation? Or just too many distractions? That right there is the entire value of psychology. It looks for the real reasons behind behavior, instead of settling for a lazy, one-word explanation. So that's psychology in a nutshell. The scientific study of the mind and behavior, built on cognition, emotion, behavior, and the scientific method, and broken down into branches like biological, cognitive, developmental, social, and clinical psychology. If this helped make sense of the basics, drop a like, and let me know in the comments, which branch of psychology are you most curious about? Subscribe for more breakdowns like this, and I'll see you in the next video.